Welcome to the exhibition match between
South Africa and West Indies
at Sydney. With me in the commentary box is Jim Maxwell.
Thanks very much, Richie.
It's a beautiful sunny day here today. The temperature is just perfect and we should be in for a great game of cricket. So the outcome is that South Africa won the toss and they've elected to field. It's going to be tricky batting last here, so that is a real gamble.
There's a cracking atmosphere in the ground today. We're hoping for a really good contest. So let's take a look at the teams. Here's the lineup for
West Indies:
Hines, Gale, Lara, Chamberlain, Selwyn, Best, Brown, Bradshaw, Dillon, Collins and Collymore. And here's the lineup for
South Africa:
Gibbs, Smith, Cullis, Rudolph, Dippenaar, Prince, Boucher, Pollock, Boyer, Bentini and Nell. The opening bowler is going to be Pollock. Rudolph
is chasing that one. That's gone a long way.
Pollock,
Don't like that at all.
He's always looking for that shot. It's a really strong point for him.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion.
Hines waiting at the striker's end.
That was a no ball by Pollock. There's the umpire signal, no ball.
Pollock to Hines. There it goes.
Fantastic work from Rudolph.
That was moving pretty quickly and he did well to cling on to it.
Pollock gets his first wicket. This was how the wicket fell. Lara is the next batsman in.
Pollock to bowl to Lara.
Dippenaar is after that one. Shot. That is beautifully played. Super shot by Lara.
Well, that was a textbook sweep shot. Right on top of it. Wrists rolled over it, no problem at all.
We can have a look at that again. Lara facing. Lara waiting at the striker's end. It's straight at Rudolph. Pollock to Lara. That is a perfect line. 11 runs came from that over.
That's a really good start to the innings by West Indies.
Gale facing. Stopped by Dippenaar.
Richie, can you explain why fielding has become increasingly an important part of the game?
Fielding in modern cricket is outstanding, and that's due to the fact that if you're not a brilliant fielder in limited overs matches, you simply don't get a Guernsey in the national team. There have always been great fieldsmen in every era. For me, Neil Harvey remains one of the best all-round fielders I've ever seen. West Indies. 2 down now for 11.
That's an extremely long walk when you've been dismissed for a duck.
This was the end of the innings for Gale. The next man in is Chanderpaul.
And Tini
The bowl to Chanderpaul.
and Tini to Chanderpaul. I think he'll be okay. It'll sting a bit though. Oh, that could be a very painful blow.
These runs to be signalled as leg byes. 4 byes to be added to the total.
That's poor wicketkeeping. 4 byes, a real gift to the batting team.
Let's see the action replay of that.
Chanderpaul
Facing. Hit straight to a fielder.
and Tini
The bowl to
Chanderpaul. And Tini
Has got him.
He played completely down the wrong line. They played a mess of mistakes.
Pollock gets his first wicket. This was how the innings ended for
Chanderpaul.
Pollock. Continues. And that's out. Caught by us.
Very safely taken. Soft hands, that's what's important.
Pollock gets his second wicket. This was how the wicket fell. The next batsman in is right-handed Best. Best facing. They have 6 wickets in hand. Pollock at the start of his run-up. Stopped by Boyer. Best waiting at the striker's end. That's been given as a wide.
You can't get away with any width in one-day cricket because the umpire will call you for a wide.
Pollock continues.
He'll be okay, but that will be very, very sore in the morning.
That came off the pads. Umpires signalling that as leg byes.
Pollock to Sawan.
They have 6 wickets in hand.
Pollock
The bowl to
Sawan.
Boyer is in pursuit. That's 4 runs. That's the first boundary for
Sawan.
But you don't see that shot played much better than that.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Best waiting at the striker's end.
And Tini
Continues.
And Tini to best.
That's out of the ground. Those are the first runs for best.
Great strike. It looked like six the moment he struck it.
We can have a look at that again. Best facing.
And Tini
Continues.
It's high in the air.
It's well held. It was in the air a long time.
He kept his concentration really well. He had a long time to think about that before it came down.
And Tini
Gets his third wicket. Let's see the action replay of that.
Brown.
Here's the new batsman for
West Indies. And Tini
to bowl to
Brown.
and the end of the over.
Sawan
Facing. That must be close. No response from the umpire. The bowler looks really disappointed.
Yes, Richie, that must have been very, very close. A tough decision by the umpire, but he seemed certain.
We can have a look at that again.
Nell to Sawan.
Shot. Super shot by
Sawan.
Poor bowler. His captain won't be too happy with him after that delivery.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion.
Sawan
Waiting at the striker's end. And that's out. Caught by us.
That was a bad shot. Really seemed to lose concentration.
Nell gets his first wicket. This was the end of the innings for
Sawan.
Bradshaw is the next batsman in. Bradshaw waiting at the striker's end. That's been given as a wide.
There are stricter rules on wides in one-day cricket, so you need to be careful not to drift down the leg side.
Nell
The ball to Bradshaw. Stopped by Poirier. Bradshaw facing.
Nell
To Bradshaw. 5 overs are left for West Indies. Brown to face an over of spin. Mel is chasing that one. Well, that's found the gap in the field. That's the first runs of the day for Brown. 6 for 33. Oye, the ball to Bradshaw. Bradshaw facing. Oye, the ball to Bradshaw. Bradshaw waiting at the striker's end. These will be leg byes. Umpires signalling that as leg byes. Oye to Brown. There it goes. Good catch from Rudolph.
Well held by the fielder there. That took a long time to come down.
Nell gets his first wicket. This was how the wicket fell. Nell continues. Out. He's been caught.
That was a lazy shot. He'll regret that when he sees the replay.
Nell gets his second wicket. That's a duck for Bradshaw.
He hasn't managed to make the scorers work much with that innings.
This was how the wicket fell. Collins is the new batsman. Collins facing. Well, no one will wake him up a bit. Ouch, that must have hurt. Well, that's off the batsman's pads. Umpires signalling that as leg butt. Nell continues. Dillon waiting at the striker's end. Nell, the ball to Dillon. Just one run, they have 2 wickets in hand. Collins waiting at the striker's end. Big shout for that one. He's out.
That was a good decision by the umpire under a lot of pressure.
Oh yeah, let's take a look at that in slow motion. Oh yeah, continues. Oye to Dillon. Swept away. An easy single there to Dillon. Oye to Collingwood.
The bowler is giving him a pretty mean stare after that. Perhaps he should avoid the dressing rooms for a while after the game.
Foyer continues. Collymore facing. And that's out. 4-5 now.
The batsman will be kicking himself over that. It wasn't a great shot, and he looked to be in good form.
Well, that's a miserable total posted by West Indies.
That's a really good bowling performance by South Africa. The batsman didn't really get going at all.
Boyer gets his second wicket.
What a spell of bowling this is proving to be.
Collymore is out for a duck.
He's back in the pavilion with a big round 0 to his name.
South Africa require 38 to win. Dillon out there in the deep. There's the first runs of the day for South Africa. 37 runs required. Bradshaw to bowl to Smith. Bradshaw is coming around the wicket.
That's out. An early wicket like that can really put the pressure on the batting team.
Bradshaw gets his first wicket. Smith is out first ball.
A first ball duck. His teammates will be merciless when he gets back to the dressing room.
This was the end of the innings for Smith. Cullis is the new batsman for South Africa. Cullis waiting at the striker's end. Those are the first runs for Cullis. Gibbs facing. Chandapol is chasing that one, pushed into the gap. Chandapol is not going to reach that. That's the first boundary for Gibbs.
That was a perfect straight drive, met with an absolutely straight bat, demoralising for the bowler.
Let's see the action replay of that. Bradshaw to bowl to Gibbs. Away. The sweeper picks up. It's the first boundary for Gibbs, so they need 31 to win from 55 balls. Cullis waiting at the striker's end. And the end of the over. The required run rate is around 3 and over.
The openers will be looking to take advantage of the fielding restrictions early on.
Gibbs facing. Dillon is coming around the wicket. Chandapol is in pursuit. It's a fantastic strike.
Another one of those, and this bowler could be out of the attack.
We can have a look at that again.
Dillon to Gibbs.
Chandapol was after that one. Lay it away with comfort. It's over the rope. 6 runs off Dillon.
He's always looking for that shot. It's a really strong point for him.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion.
Dillon to bowl to Gibbs.
More for
Gibbs. Cullis facing. It's straight at Chandapol. Dillon to Cullis. Dillon
has got him.
He seemed to completely misjudge the delivery and ended up playing all around.
Dillon gets his first wicket. South Africa, 2 down now for 20. This was how the wicket fell.
Rudolph.
Is the next man in.
Rudolph
Waiting at the striker's end. Stopped in the covers. 13 runs came from that over by
Dillon.
The required run rate is around 2 and over.
That was an expensive over for West Indies.
Bradshaw at the start of his run-up. That's out.
The fielder did well there and made it look easy, but it was a difficult catch to take.
Out. He's been caught.
Great catch. To use the old saying, catches win matches.
Bradshaw gets his second wicket. So then, that's the end of Gibbs. This was the end of the innings for
Gibbs. Dippenaar
is the new batsman for South Africa. Bradshaw continues. Stopped by
Chandapol.
Dippenaar waiting at the striker's end. Chandapol is after it, fielded by the man at long on, steered expertly into the gap. Bradshaw
To Dippenaar.
It's straight to a fielder. 18 runs required. Bradshaw continues. Chandapol is chasing that one. It's straight to a fielder. That's pierced the offside field, so they need 18 to win from 43 balls. Bradshaw continues. It's straight at Dillon. Bradshaw tighten that over. The required run rate is around 2.5 and over.
South Africa have kept their run rate hovering at a good pace in this innings.
Rudolph facing. South Africa require 18 to win. Dillon to bowl to Rudolph. Stopped by Gale. South Africa require 18 to win. Rudolph facing. Gale is in for shoot. That's found the gap in the field. Gale is not going to reach that. Magnificently cut away for 4 by Rudolph.
He's very strong behind square on the offside.
We can have a look at that again. Dillon to Rudolph. Chandapol is after that one. It's gone way into the stands. 6 runs.
The bowler can't believe it, but it is out of the ground. 6 runs.
Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Dillon continues. Dillon continues. That was a lively delivery by Dillon. That over helped the run rate somewhat. The required run rate is around 1 and over. This partnership is now 11. Change in the bowling for West Indies. Collymore to bowl to Rudolph. Chandapol has changed his field slightly. Rudolph waiting at the striker's end. Collymore gets his first wicket. This was how the innings ended for Rudolph. The new batsman is left-handed Prince. Collymore to Prince. It's straight at best. Prince facing. Hit straight to a fielder. Prince waiting at the striker's end. Steered expertly into the gap. Just one run, 5 runs required.
Collymore, the ball to Dippenaar.
Collymore is coming around the wicket. Dippenaar facing. Hines is after it. These will be leg byes. That's the end of the 5th over. The required run rate is around 1 and over. West Indies are making a change in the bowling. Dippenaar is now facing. Stopped by Chamberlain. Just 4 runs needed for victory. Collins, the ball to Dippenaar. Chandapol is chasing that one. Chandapol out at long on, played into the gap. Dippenaar waiting at the striker's end. West Indies have changed their field. That's found the gap in the field. Fielded by the man at long on. An easy single there to Dippenaar. Collins to Prince. Collins is switching to round the wicket. 2 runs here. Fielded by the man at long on. There's just one there.
Collins to Dippenaar.
Stopped in the covers.
Dippenaar
Waiting at the striker's end. Runs to
Dippenaar. Collins is headed straight to his mark after that one.
Lovely shot. It raced away to the fence for 4.
South Africa have won a hard-fought contest here.
So, to sum up then,
South Africa win by 3 runs.
thanks for joining us for today's play. We'll very much look forward to your company at the next match.